All right, let's jump right in. We're heading to Nikko, Japan, to check out a road that is so much more than just, asphalt and paint. This is a journey that literally spells out a story, carved right into the side of a mountain.
I know, it sounds a little weird, right? Can a road tell a story? I mean, can a piece of infrastructure actually have a narrative? Well, for this road, the Irohazaka, the answer is a huge definite yes. And that story? It's written in every single one of its curves. Okay, before we get any deeper, I need you to remember one number. Just one. And that number is 48. Think of it like a secret code, the key that unlocks this whole amazing piece of engineering. Just tuck that away for a minute. We'll come back to it.
So, you're probably wondering about the name Irohazaka. What does that even mean? Well, it's not named after a person or a town or anything like that. It's named after an alphabet. And that, right there, is where things get really interesting.
So this is the Iro. It was the traditional Japanese syllabary, basically a collection of 48 distinct characters. You can kind of think of it like their old-school ABCs. But here's the cool part. It wasn't just a list. It was arranged into this beautiful, kind of poignant poem about how life and beauty don't last forever. Now, remember that number I told you to keep in mind? Starting to make a little sense?
Okay, and this is the big reveal. The original road was built with, you guessed it, exactly 48 insane hairpin turns. And each one of those bends was given one of the characters from that 48-character Iroha syllabary. So you weren't just driving up a mountain, you were literally driving through the Japanese alphabet. How cool is that? Now look, driving through an alphabet is already pretty awesome, but the whole experience gets kicked up to a completely different level depending on when you go. The road itself is a spectacle, for sure, but the scenery around it, oh man, that's the real star of the show. These days, the road is actually two separate one-way roads, one for going up, one for coming down. So thankfully, it's a little less terrifying to drive. And if you can get there in late October or early November, wow, you're in for a treat. The whole mountainside just explodes in color. I'm talking these deep, fiery maple reds, shimmering ginkgo golds, and these warm larch yellows just spilling down the slopes. It's absolutely unreal. So yeah, the drive itself is the adventure, but it's also taking you somewhere. It leads to some of Nikko's most incredible sights. Think of the crazy winding drive as just the first part of this amazing series of reveals.
So, what do you get for conquering all those alphabetical twists and turns? What's the prize at the top? Well, you get a front row seat to 3 natural wonders that are basically the greatest hits of the entire Nikkō area.
Okay, so first up is the Akechidaira Plateau. You can hop on a ropeway that takes you way up to an observation deck with these just insane panoramic views. And from up there, you can see the other 2 rewards waiting for you. Lake Chuzenji, which is this gorgeous, perfectly calm volcanic lake, and then the incredible Kegon Falls, which is where all the water from that lake just thunders down a massive cliff. And this is what makes the whole thing so magical. You've got this intense, almost dizzying drive. It's this feat of human engineering, all these constant twists and turns. It's a really active, focused journey. And then you get to the top, and all of that just melts away into this incredible, peaceful, serene view. The contrast between the crazy drive and the calm destination, it's just perfect. But here's another layer to it. This route, it isn't just a modern tourist attraction. Not at all. It's a path that people have been traveling for centuries. It really does connect the past to the present with every single turn.
Just try to picture it. Centuries ago, Buddhist pilgrims were walking this exact same path on their way to sacred shrines at the top. For them, it was a spiritual journey. Probably pretty quiet, maybe some chanting. Now, fast forward to today. We're traveling the same route, but instead of chants, you hear the clicks of cameras. The path remains, but the purpose has beautifully evolved.
So it all comes back to this one simple, powerful idea. This road isn't just about getting from the bottom of a mountain to the top. It's a drive that is, quite literally, spelling out a story with every turn. It's a story about language, a story about nature, and a story about time. And that kind of leaves you wondering, doesn't it? The roads we drive on every single day, they can feel so mundane. But what if they're not? What stories are hidden in their curves, or in their names? Stories about history, or nature, or just the people who built them? Maybe every road has a story to tell. We just have to be curious enough to listen.